of a repetitive stress injury, that is a RSI. So what does an RSI feel like? So if you have a repetitive stress injury or a cumulative stress injury or an overuse syndrome, now these are the different names of a repetitive stress injury. If you have any of these, what does it feel like? So if you suspect you have an RSI, what other sort of symptoms you can expect? Now, if you did not watch my video from last time, we did address four easy tips, simple tips that you can do if you have a repetitive stress injury, and how you can apply these into your lives and try and prevent these injuries as well as address them. So, today we're going to talk about more about the symptoms. Now, before we jump into the topic for today, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Swati. I'm an executive mom power coach. I help moms of younger kids who work in high stress executive jobs manage their aches and pains that come with being a mom. Now, this could be something that started during your pregnancy, childbirth, toddler years, or after. So it could be anything from back pain, neck pain, to poor posture, of weak pelvic floor, incontinence, etc. Now, usually as moms, we are busy people, and hey, when you're working, you are super busy, right? So in between those long meetings and extensive travels, sometimes these aches and pains get pushed to one side. There's a nagging pain in the background, but you're not able to address it, or maybe you have addressed it, but you haven't found that solution to that problem. So that is where I come in, and I help you with easy solutions, simple strategies, easy lifestyle changes that you can implement starting right now and today. And these will help you to manage these aches and pains and help you be a better mom, better professional. Now, jumping back into our topic for today, what are the symptoms of a RSI, or what does a repetitive stress injury feel like? So in case you missed my last video, as I was saying, it's a cumulative stress disorder. What happens is, if you are repeatedly doing a certain action, for example, say if you say when you're a mom and you're holding a baby in your lap, whether to at nap time or feeding time, and you don't keep your wrist in neutral position. When I say wrist in neutral, if this is your wrist, it's neither bent forwards or backwards, and it's not to either side. So basically this is the neutral position of my wrist. Okay, so if I do not keep my wrist in a neutral position and I'm holding my baby, even though babies are light people, they're not very heavy, though when you're holding your baby, if you do not keep your wrist in a proper position and you have that stress time and again, whenever you're holding your little one, it is going to build up the stresses on your wrist joint and then lead to issues like wrist pain or maybe carpal tunnel syndrome, etc. Now, if you are, say, somebody who uses a computer on every basis, you are typing away at your emails, or if you're like me, you blog and you're writing, you're typing away on your keyboard and your wrist is not in neutral again, it can lead to issues like tennis elbow. So a tennis elbow or carpal tunnel syndrome or decurvent stenosynovitis. Now this is the decurvent stenosynovitis. It's a long name. Basically, it's an inflammation of this tendon here in your thumb. So you have pain in your thumb. For hairstylists who do a lot of holding the scissor and this repeated action with the thumb, or you're playing Candy Crush on your phone all the time and you have this repeated pain in your thumb. Now, these are all repetitive stress injuries. So, usually tendonitis, bursitis, all these are repetitive stress injuries. For example, if say you have shoulder bursitis. Now let me just very quickly clarify, whenever you talking in medical terminology and you see itis, that is itis at the end of any word, it just means inflammation. So bursitis is inflammation of the bursa, tendonitis is inflammation of the tendon. Anyway, coming back to our topic, I just went down a rabbit hole there. If you want to look more into bursitis and tendonitis, you can go to my YouTube channel and type my name followed by bursitis or tendonitis there, and you'll come across those videos. You can get into the details there. One of the main causes for repetitive stress injuries is poor posture. So if you are, say, sitting like this all the time when you're driving, when you're at your screen, or even when you're sitting there watching telly, with this poor posture, the stresses are going to build up on your spine, your mid back, and your neck, and that's going to lead to other issues. So as you see, repetitive stress injuries can happen like at your wrist, shoulder, elbow, your spine. There is like a wide variety of different issues that come under this umbrella term of repetitive stress injuries. So the symptoms are also very varied. Now, for example, you might have pain in an area, and when you touch that area, it's even more painful. So that is known as tenderness. So that is because of the inflammation in the area. So if you have pain, especially when you touch that area, that is one of the symptoms of your repetitive stress injury. You might even have a throbbing sensation, like you feel like there's something throbbing inside. Say if it's this tendon here, you'll feel something throbbing in here. Or if you have, say, a rotator cuff injury because of a repetitive action, like somebody who's a bowler and they do this action repeatedly, right, when they're training or they're playing, say, cricket or baseball. So they will have a throbbing sensation in their rotator cuff, that is the upper back on the side there. Or you can have a tingling numbness or any altered sensation like tingling numbness. You feel a heaviness in your arms or legs. One of the other symptoms that is quite noticeable is lack of strength. So for example, I'm able to lift my bottle. This is a big bottle, so when I fill it up with water, I'm able to lift it easily. However, when I have, say, golfer's elbow or tennis elbow, when I lift the bottle, I feel like I won't be able to balance it very well. It's going to slip out of my hand. So I feel the weakness in my hand. So that is again a symptom of repetitive stress, of one of the kinds of repetitive stress injury. So let me make this clear that repetitive stress injuries are an umbrella term. Under that, you have your various other things like tendonitis, bursitis, rotator cuff problems, tennis elbow, golfer's elbows, and etc. All the other things that I mentioned. So there is no like particular set of symptoms that gonna with when you have a RSI, but these are the general ones. So I hope that clarifies repetitive stress injuries a little bit. And if you are looking for easy tips to manage this, you can go back to my YouTube channel and you can type Swati Prakash RSI on YouTube, or go to my channel and then just type RSI and the video will pop up. What I'll do is in the description of this video, I will leave a link to the other one that talks about easy tips to manage your RSIs. If you're on Instagram, you can go to the link in my bio, click there, and go to my YouTube and get the video from there. Alrighty, I hope this was useful, and I'll see you